Yes, sir. Now you are audible, sir.
Yeah, I will share my.
Yeah, sir. Can you, sir, please share your screen, sir? Yeah.
Is it okay now? Is it sharing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you keep it in slide mode, sir?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Now
Anyway, sorry. Good afternoon. Namaskaram. And I am very thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Janagram Garu, who was our ex-colleague at IHR Bangalore. I can say that my friend and well-wisher, and also our Assistant Director General at ICR, New Delhi. I'm very happy that he has invited me to give this lecture in this webinar, and hope it will be useful to all the horticulture faculty and students and others who joined in this webinar. With this, so I will be taking on farm mechanization in horticulture. Why me? Why IHR, ICR, IHR, and then why me for this, giving the presentation is that I at ICR, IHR Bangalore, we have worked on horticulture mechanization and almost commercialized most of the machinery. And our machinery has reached, you can see this, the spread of our technology in the various states in our country. So based on that research and field experience, I would like to share some of our thoughts and experiences, and then a future need in farm mechanization and horticulture. When you take it up farm power, we have different brands of tractors and power tillers. The farm power is not a problem in India, especially in horticulture. We have variety of farm power, that is the HP of tractors. We have full range up to 65 HP. So we can select as per our requirement. I would like to tell some of the recent developments in farm power, that is tractorization, tractor or whatever. So there are electric tractors coming into picture now to save fossil fuel, diesel. And there are different models, articulated tractors. And these are some of the recent developments which comes into farm power, especially in tractors. And also the manufacturers are trying to have a multi-operational equipment, whether it is tractor attached or the power tiller attached or engine operated attachment. The self-propelled machinery tools. What they are trying to have is, with different attachments, the farmers can do different operations. So that is now it's coming up, picking up. People are adopting it. And for the terrains which are not reachable by normal wheel tractors, there are a special multi-utility track vehicle which has the crawler type tracks, which can negotiate in the slopes, especially in the hills and other slopes. So these are also a recent development. As I told you, even the handheld engine operated equipments, which has a different attachments for different operations, also preferred by the farmers nowadays. Even you can do even pumping also, it can be done in this. Besides the weed cutting and the basin cleaning and brush cutting. So the idea is that a single power and with different attachments, we can do a different operations, field operations. So that is the idea, and which is very popular, becoming popular. And also we should not leave the innovations done by our farmers, the end users. They also have a different innovative things. That's what I'm just showing. So, which also can be thought of, adoption, rather it's a validation and adoption. So the foremost thing in any horticulture field, which is the barren land, you will be developing it for horticulture land. These are some of the very common available equipment. That's for the information I'm giving you. Starting from excavators, normally we call it JCB by that brand name, and bulldozers. And these are the heavy earth moving machinery which will be requiring to start any barren land to remove all the boulders. And then for the primary cultivation, plow and subsoilers. And these are the trenchers for laying the pipelines. And even it can be used for making the fences, poles. And these are the equipments which will be requiring to initially develop our farm. And these are some recent developed machinery which has a subsoiling type where you can have the conservation of moisture, and rotavator come the pulverizers, and also the bed farmers. And of course, the laser leveler is nowadays it's a very essential equipment to level the lands to save irrigation water as well as to avoid the runoff, soil erosion. And then any horticulture crops, which all of you understand and agree with me that the planting material is a basic essential commodity to start any horticulture crops, whether it can be a seed or seedlings. So nowadays, this horticulture, most of the vegetable crops and even some fruit crops also, the seedlings or saplings are grown in the nursery beforehand, and the farmers take these seedlings in pro trays and take it to the field for transplantation. So we also have developed a machine which can do cleaning of sand, soil, or farmyard manure, and it can mix any proportions or any addition which you want to enhance the rooting media of nursery. It can mix it, and it can be filled in bags or pro trays or pots. And there are commercially available machinery which is the handheld or just to sow the seeds all 98 in a single way. And also we have at IHR what we have developed is an automatic dibbling and seed sowing. And this is our model. And there are commercial models which has dibbling and sowing in rooting media filled pro trays. So these are some of the things which are required to mechanize the nursery operations. And when it comes to seed, there are different types of seed extractors for tomato, brinjal, and of course this what we have developed for the garlic bulb breaking as well as the onion seed extraction and watermelon seed extraction. These are the commercially and other institute or university models. And we have mechanized the mushroom seed production, that is called mushroom spawn production. So almost 32 laboratories in the country, we have mechanized using our machinery developed by us. And it is well adopted in Karnataka and of course in Tamil Nadu and in the southern states particularly. The entire spawn machinery starts with the grain cleaner, which cleans the grain from the foreign material. And this is the hot water boiling system in which the grain can be boiled using the electric heating. And also you can add solar hot water for reducing the consumption of electricity. And it is the boiled grain is mixed with chalk powder. After mixing, the mixture is filled in the PP bag or bottle, and then it goes for sterilization in this specially designed autoclave by us for spawn production, with a separate boiler to save steam. Thereby we save electricity, and also the specially designed trays which can be kept on this, and a complete sterilization is achieved. And this is an inoculator and a laminar flow. You can transfer the mother spawn into the sterilized cultivation substrate package. So this entire setup is for mechanizing the mushroom spawn production. That is over by seeds and seedling production. Of course, for the seedling production, grafting tools, which is generally used for the grapes, and handheld grafting tools, as well as the bench fixed grafting tool. And there are imported grafting machines available for the vegetable seedlings. We are also working and then developed in the final prototype stage that grafting machine, which will be more useful for vegetable seedling grafting. And comes to the sowing and transplanting, especially for fruit crops, there are engine operated pit making equipments, of course, tractor operated pit making for planting your saplings, tree saplings, which comes with single and double pit making equipments. And also as I told you, the trenches, the excavators can be used for making trenches to plant your tree. And the seeders and planters for vegetables, starting from hand operated. It has a ground wheel which will rotate the seed metering mechanism, and these seed metering mechanism will drop the seeds in the soil, whether it is in the furrow made by the machine or pre-made furrows and ridges and furrows, or the broad bed, whatever it is. And the tractor operated seeders are also available for almost vegetable crops, vegetable seed sowing. And when it comes to transplanting, this is a very simple handheld transplanting through which you can transplant the seedlings which are removed from the pro trays. Then there are semi-automatic, semi-manual, you can say that. See, there are different models where 2 persons will be sitting, and this tractor will make the broad bed and also the punch marking or the trenches, in which the seedlings are collected from this and dropped, and then it's covered for planting in a row. And similar, there are different mechanisms. There are automatic machines available abroad, in which from the pro trays, the seedlings are taken automatically and dropped through the different mechanisms in the furrows made by the furrow making mechanism. Similarly, for a small area within the inside the poly houses, there are self-propelled transplanters which can be adopted or modified for our Indian conditions, and this will be more useful for the small farmers, those who have the small areas. Comes to horticultural operations, weeding, spraying, pruning. Mostly for the fruit orchards, the tractor operated a rotor slasher or the rotovators are mainly used for weeding and removal of plants grown under the trees. And there are automatic and weeders which can do between the rows as well as between the plants, especially in wine that's grape orchards. There are basic cleaners in and around the trees. And of course, the spraying is, of course, you can say that it is completely mechanized. And then different types of sprayers are commercially available, starting from hand-operated sprayers and then motorized knapsack sprayers, boom sprayers, duster, and electrostatic sprayers. Almost all type of sprayers are available for different horticultural crops. To see individually, you can see this Rakaram sprayer, power sprayers, and air blast sprayers, tycoon sprayers for fruit orchard, and air-assisted sprayers to cover the entire canopy with fine droplets. And we also had done a platform on which you can stand and spray to cover the entire crop tree canopy in fruit orchard. There are electric stick sprayers which are very popular for the grapes spraying in Maharashtra. This is also a new technology, and which is yet to be popularized for other crops as well. And drone we covered, and of course drone spraying is becoming popular, and now government is taking up in a large scale, and that is going to be the next revolution in spraying. Under the drone spraying, there are autonomous spraying where it will sense the pattern, crop canopies, and requirement of the disease, depending on the disease and depending on the pest, and all the information collected together. There are automated spraying technologies also available. Comes to pruning, this I told you, this one engine operated with the different attachments for pruning is available. There are pneumatic pruners which has the compressor for pneumatic power, and there are chainsaw and loppers, and also battery operated pruners, which is the stored batteries at the backside, which will power the engine to do the to operate the chainsaw and the lopper. And tractor operated canopy pruners are also available, even in Indian market. And we also developed a platform on which you can stand and then do with the handheld pruners to do the pruning operations in fruit orchard. This is one thing, the pollination, wherever especially inside the polyhouses, the pollinations is very important. Where the bees are not available, the pollination will be a problem. There are artificial methods of pollination which are carried out and practiced and standardized for the protected cultivation. One which that I would like to say that's this, even the honeybee model of electronic honeybee type, for pollination. This can be thought of for adoption in our Indian system. And harvesting, there are different type of fruit pluckers developed in various institutes, including ours. It's all ours. For mango harvesting, mango plucking, and then sapota and mango and lemon, that plucking or harvesting, even apple harvesters. So different institutes have different models of fruit pluckers. The tree shakers yet to come into our Indian horticulture. Yes, this is one thing which we can try adopt for, especially for cherries, and where the pollen, very detachable fruits are there, like cherries, even the guava also. We can shake it and collect by using a net. And harvesting platforms, which are operated by tractors or self-propelled engines. There we can man positioning system where operators or the laborers can stand and pluck the fruits from the trees. And these are the different. This is a CI Bhopal model, and then the private tractor. And these two, this is model is from our side. This is Amla tree. This is for mango, and this is from the Dapoli, where the coconut and arecanut harvesting can be done using these kind of platforms. And the tree shaking along with the fruit collecting nets it has to be done together so that you can collect the fruits after harvesting. So this is another system where we can introduce to our Indian horticulture scenario. Next comes probably the sensor-based robotic, where the maturity, depending on the color or the firmness, by sensing the maturity of produce, a selective harvesting is possible through sensor-based robotic and automatic harvesting system. And there are combined harvesters where inside the field, it will harvest, clean or detopping or leaf removing, and all those things done in a single stroke and collected in the trailers. And these are all the melon harvesters where the watermelon, muskmelons, the watermelon and muskmelons are harvested, where you have a series of chain type buckets or the cups in which the fruits are harvested and kept, and it is carried to the trailers. So this can be adopted, modified for our Indian scenario. And we also have developed a very popular and very high demand machine for onion detopping, where the after harvesting onion, the leaves are dried, and after drying the leaves, this machine, if you dump it in the one side, on the conveyor side, there are cutting rollers, specially designed cutting rollers here, which will cut the leaves, and leaves are collected at the bottom, and after cutting, the onion is collected the other side in a tray or maybe in a gunny bags. So this is a more important machine for onion detopping, which can save labor and time. And these are some of the things where the fruit drops, especially in the fruit orchards and also in cashew, and this maybe in sometimes in arecanut also. Lot of fruit drops will be there after a rain or a wind. So maybe the collectors for such fruits may be required to have this to save the wastage of fruits. And the waste collectors in the lawn, where the lot of dry leaves will be left, even inside the orchard also. Maybe they cut grass or the straw which are left out inside on the lawn or inside the orchard or the field, which can be collected by this machinery. This also is one of the things which will require in future. And there are the harvesters, automatic harvesters, which run in the inside. Yeah. And there are floor harvesters also available. Others can mute your mic, please.
Yes, sir, we did so, sir. We did so.
Yeah. Yeah, there are floor harvesters, automatic one, the tractor operated, which can be adopted and modified for our Indian condition. And this is mushroom harvesting, especially for button mushroom harvesting, where this completely automated production system, under which the automatic mushroom harvesting is also available. And we have maybe a semi-harvested kind of stands where on which we can stand and harvest the oyster mushroom and the milky mushroom. So this also can be adopted for our Indian mushroom homes. So I have completed the harvesting. Some of the things I would like to introduce to you all, the handling and vending systems or the what we have done at IACR IHR. One is that the hot water treatment system for disinfesting the fruit fly and the anthracnose on mangoes, in which the hot water tub is there, which has the electric coils and all the sensors, which can keep this tub to the precision of 48 plus or minus 0.3 degree, which is the requirement of the quarantine department for treating the mangoes, and which will be the mangoes will be filled in this crate, and I'll show you in the other. Yeah, this will be filled in this, and it will be lifted and put inside the hot water tub system, and it will be treated for 60 minutes at 48 degree, and then it will be lifted and it will go for packing. So the entire system is computer controlled, and you can take it, the entire data on a sheet, which can be attached with the consignment for export of mangoes wherever the hot water treatment is the mandatory clause. So this system, and also we have a simple ripening chamber in which you can keep the fruits in the crates, and ethylene gas can be generated by in this filling this cup or the bowl, which is kept inside, and which will be filled with ethylene gas, and maybe overnight or so, a day or so, you can remove it, and then after the ripening, the fruits can be taken to the market. So very simple system, which has, we have the higher capacity of say 5 tons, where you can keep the crates in a larger scale. So this also can be used in the farm level ripening. And we have the high humidity boxes in which you can keep the leafy vegetables, and which can keep the leafy vegetables fresh for a day or two. So this is another technology which we have from IHR for extension of storage life of leafy vegetables. And also we have developed a vending van, fruits and vegetables selling van, in which the evaporative cooling system is fitted inside, and there are crates in which you can fill the fruits and vegetables, the other side and then other side also. And it has the TV for video playing, and also mic system, have audio system, we have announcements and digital balance, and all this electrical and LED lights for the night sale. All the entire system is run by solar panel fitted on the top. So this is run by, but of course the vehicle will run by diesel, but this system where in which the fruits and vegetables are kept for vending or selling, with all the systems, electrical system is run by solar panels fitted. And this is very popular in Karnataka, and you can see the systems like, you keep the fruit and vegetables and you can sell it. And it has helped the Karnataka, 10 districts of Karnataka Horticulture Producers Association, and during the COVID, and it has helped the growers or the government to sell the horticulture produce to the doorstep of consumers, the public. And we have Haryana, around 20 vehicles are running, and then 20 vehicles are running in Karnataka, and 1 vehicle is running in Kerala. So this is all for a new introduction from our side for the fruit and vegetables in selling in hygienic and clean environment. This is another a smaller version of that, in which we can help the pushcart fellows with the motorized tricycle. And this is a motor. This is a motor which will run the DC motor, which will run the vehicle. The person need not to pedal it, And also there is a box system, a chamber, which will keep the fruits and vegetables in a hygienic, clean condition. This also has a evaporative cooling system, fogging system, and digital balance and announcement. So the person can go and collect the fruits and vegetables, go there and park in a place where he wants to sell it and announce the arrival of the for this vehicle, and then customer can come and buy the fruits and vegetables. So this is more useful for a smaller vendors where they can travel to nook and corner of the layout or the apartments, and it can attract the customers because it is very hygienic and fresh, fruits and vegetable selling. The entire system is run by solar power with the panels fitted on the top of this cycle. So this is another system. And also the similar system, which is again solar powered tricycle for fresh fruit, mushroom vending, where the mushroom bags which are blooming or the fruits are coming out, the flushes are coming out. So those bags can be hung inside, where the gunny bag is wetted to maintain the RH, relative humidity inside, where you can take it to the customer door to door, and the customer come and then select the mushroom and pluck it and weigh and purchase it and go. So this is another way of promoting a selling of mushroom, the doorstep of the consumers. So these are some of the handling systems which we have developed and which is becoming popular. And this all can be adopted for fresh handling of fruits and vegetables in our horticulture system. So this all I wanted to share with you and explain you about the farm mechanization in horticulture, including the handling system. Thank you so much.
So thank you, sir. It's a great presentation, and it covers a brief view of the farm mechanization and horticulture crops, such as from the land leveling equipment to the harvesting, such as primary and secondary tillage implement, sowing equipment, tools, different tools for the agricultural operations, plant protection, harvesting, and all the things which really we recalled our BTech classes, sir. It covers all the aspects of it's all the aspects of this farm mechanization. Thank you, sir. And it is now for the discussion. If anyone have any queries, they can raise now. Yeah, Srini, you can speak.
Srini, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Very good afternoon to you, Doctor. And I had the opportunity of working with IAHR, your other colleagues, Dr. Silva Kumar and others on the mango processing. I saw one of the things that attracts me was the mango treatment, hot water treatment, and the other is for the fruiting with ethanol, the ethylene treatment.
Yeah.
How much does that 1 ton thing cost, sir?
The hot water unit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, there are two models in that. If you want to have the local market, so only the treatment is there. So the not much precision or the recording as per the quarantine requirement, then it will be around 6 lakhs or 7 lakhs. You can do that. But if you want to have export market, in which you need a complete pack house approved by APIDA, and then you need to install this hot water treatment with the completely computer controlled, computer managed, and the data is taken as per the quarantine requirement. That data sheet has to be attached with the consignment for the export of mangoes. So that will be around 15 lakhs.
Okay. Then how about this?
Regarding the ripening chamber, it is around, depending on the size, say 110 is around 4,000 to 5,000 rupees. It's a polythene sheet. Even you yourself can make it. It's a PVC frame over which the polythene sheet is covered, and then crates is inside. Then, of course, the ethereal making tablets are available. So that ethylene gas can be produced inside and cover it for a day or so. and you will get the ripening.
Is the ethyl, would it be poisonous for the person who incorporates, or once you
No,
or anything like that? Because
No.
normally even fruits emit ethylene. So the only concern was whether it would be compliant with the organic method, and the second is whether are there any harmful substance in that.
There is no harmful substance because ethylene is the safest ripening. Other horticulture is available in this webinar can support me. Because as far as I understand that ethylene ripening is allowed, any horticulture can give me the supporting information on this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. In fact, I had taken the input only from your colleague, Mr. Shankar, on ripening of the mango fruits. So I had visited your thing thrice.
Yeah. I think during some training program in Hyderabad.
No, sir. This was in Bangalore.
Acha, okay. You came to our institute. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
And a lot of inputs that I had taken has been helpful in our mango cultivation, especially from Mr. Shankar and
Shankaran, is it? Dr. Shankaran.
Dr. Shankaran and Selvakumar.
Selvakumar, yeah.
And nice to have interacted with you because the post-harvest is very, very vital, and for all the colleagues and farmers, quite a good presentation from your end, and this will definitely help people. It is not just producing, but the post-harvest, which is the key to add value.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir, there is one more question by Abhinav Mishra. He is raising a question: what is the cost of evaporative solar-assisted transport vehicles developed at IIHR Bangalore?
Yeah, the Tata Intra V10 is the base vehicle, and that is on-road price is depending on the state. It is around 6.5 to 7 lakhs, and this chamber will be costing another 4 to 5 lakhs. And I would suggest if any youngsters or horticulturists, those who after completing the BSc horticulture or MSc horticulture, they would like to start entrepreneurship. I think this is one area where you can employ engineers and then technicians to fabricate the horticulture machinery and supply to the farmers. So this can be one of the entrepreneurship area. You can do that. And the tricycle is a motorized one, which you can see in COE Mulugu near Hyderabad, that is COE. So where we have given that tricycle for demonstration. So that will be costing around say 2.5 lakhs to around 2.75 lakhs. And we also, because that motorized tricycle needs RTO registration. So the manufacturer has to take the test report from the government agency, attach with the cycle to the RTO. Then only you will get the RTO registration. But we also have modified and redesigned a pedal operated lightweight one with the same system. So that is also available. That could be around say around 1.75 lakhs also, because that is also a solar powered.
Thank you, sir. It's a great discussion, and you have covered all the doubts that those who have the queries. And thank you, sir. It's a great presentation.
And I would like to, Dr. Naveen, I would like to ask whether Vice Chancellor will join, because I have another meeting at 2:30 for the plenary session. Whether the Vice Chancellor will join?
Sir, yes, sir. He will join at the end of the presentation. Completion of
around what time it is? Around what time it is?
3 o'clock, sir. Around 2:30 or something around. Yes.
2:30, is it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
I will just see, because I have another webinar on UAV. I will try to. If he is coming, I will try to join the plenary. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We will inform.
Presentation. We will inform to you, sir. Then Vice Chancellor. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Now I'll log out. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So the next session is on insights of artificial intelligence and machine learning interventions in reference with agriculture. It will be led by the Monisha.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Monisha. So I would like to introduce you all to Dr. Avadesh Kumar Gupta, Professor and Head of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Division, United World School of Computational Intelligence of Karnataka University. Okay, so I'll read out a brief profile of Dr. A.K. Gupta. Dr. A.K. Gupta possesses more than 20 years of sound experience in educational institutions, universities, as a value-added academician, researcher, trainer, motivational speaker, administrator, and intellectual professional. He has completed his bachelor and master degree in computer applications from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University of Agra and another post-graduation in IT from Karnataka State Open University. He has got his PhD degree awarded from University of Rajasthan, Jaipur in the area of computational business intelligence and data warehousing. He has also earned Executive Development Program in Business Analytics and Big Data from IIM Business Management from IMT, that is Institute of Management Technology, Ghaziabad. He has served various reputed institutions in NCR in the administrative capacity of head, dean, and director as well. He is an outcome-based dynamic professional who believes in ensuring building academic ecosystem of institutions as holistic approach by converting energy into synergy through collaborative teamwork. His areas of interest include artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data analytics, business analytics, data warehousing and data mining, DBMS, IT strategy, and management. He has published more than 40 publications in various national and international journals and conferences of reputed, including 2 patents and SCI and Scopus publications. Dr. Gupta has been awarded with top colleges, CTBOS Award at Digital Edge, ICT Conclave 2016, which was supported by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. He has been also awarded with Guru Dronacharya Award by Sri Narayana Samskritik Kshetra Nyas, Noida on 5th September of 2000 as panelist speaker, expert speaker, convener, keynote speaker, and resource person in various conclaves, workshops, MDP, FDP.
Hello. Perhaps your voice is working on me.
Seminar session on insights of artificial intelligence and machine learning interventions in reference with agriculture. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Am I audible to you, Monisha ma'am? Thank you. Thank you, Monisha ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are on.
Truly, I'm honored with your introduction. So wonderfully introduced me over here now for this platform. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Bayesar, Horticultural University in absentia, Dr. T. Janki Ramji, Dr. Gautam Dikshluji, Senior Scientist there, Dr. Naveen Kumarji, Professor Chena Keshavji, and each and everyone individual present in this webinar. Truly, I feel honored and privileged for getting this opportunity to interact with you. I will deliver a session on a very, very relevant theme. I think I would make it interactive. Is possible over here now. Of course, post-lunch session, it becomes difficult to listen a speaker, that too for an hour or 45 minutes altogether. I will make it sure that it becomes interesting over the span of next 45 minutes journey, for which I have been asked to present a session there now. Thank you, the organizers of this wonderful university, for this webinar, for giving me the opportunity to put up my views, to present my opinions, to present my session in a very, very relevant area. My dear friends, already what I wanted to share before I proceed further for giving my presentation. This is something very, very privileged one to be one of the august speaker in the gathering of such intellectuals. A basket of scientists is there, a galaxy of senior professors were there who are giving such a wonderful presentations. So I'm really a very tiny guy, a very small one, But of course, thank you very much once again for considering me to be the resource person for talk, Dr. Rao. Thank you very much for allowing me to intervene in between the process of horticulture technology. Of course, I am a man from computer science primarily, but yes, of course, I would try to justify certain things in reference with the AI and machine learning and deep learning techniques, which are playing a very, very dominant role in current times. Dear friends, we are living, let me, share this. Okay, just a minute. Please allow me to share the screen. All right, okay. All right. One more thing I want is, I want this share sound also, correct. Okay. Am I visible to all of you, my dear friends? Honorable Professor?
Yes, sir, audible.
That's wonderful. That's
Clear.
wonderful. Okay. So basically, I represent Kanawati University, a University of Feminists from Gandhinagar, Gujarat, and I am representing the School of Computational Intelligence from here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, right. So let's welcome each other on this theme. Let's welcome AI ML insights in reference with agriculture at Dr. Bayasar Horticultural University. Just a minute.
So sorry.
Yeah.
To put the slide in
Hello.
slide mode. Yeah. Please put.
Just a minute. Now I'm to again share it. Now there is some other slide probably. Just give me a minute, ma'am. Right? Okay. Please.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Just give me a minute. Okay. There is certain issue with the slide now. Probably let me again open it now. All right. It's fine. Yeah. Hello. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir, audible.
I want to play a video here now with your kind permission.
Sir, slideshow is not there, sir. You keep it in slideshow mode and then start.
Just a minute, sir. Just a minute. I started it, but I wanted some more. Okay, anyway, let me begin with it now. Once again. Okay. Yeah, is it? It's fine. It's audible, right? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, my dear friends, for allowing me for this much of intervention over here. I'm sorry for a small disturbance because of a certain technical region here now. This is a time when the entire world is moving around the technological emergence. Things are moving at a very rapid pace. Technological interventions, specifically the AI, machine learning, deep learning, IoT, robotics, they are playing a very, very dominant role. Look into the different kind of the verticals, domains, specializations, any sphere of life. AI is there, machine learning is there, and of course, how the agriculture can remain away from it now in such a socio-economic status. Or when, if I look into the reference here, almost more than 50% people are entirely dependent on the incomes of agricultural. The agriculture is creating a means of living for them now. A huge part of the geographical area of the country is being evolving, is being managed by the agricultural demography. So, of course, in such a time, it becomes truly critical to understand that how the technology can play a very, very dominant role. In such a world where more than 7 billion people are there, almost 8 billion people are there, and in coming few years more, maybe 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, it would become by 2050, it is expected that the world will become a 10 billion people over there now. Are we ready to feed all of them in such times? So that's what actually a question. If not, then how to make sure that the technology can help the agricultural arena, the agricultural aspects to produce more, so that it can feed the people So it can provide the resources for. After all, land will not increase. Geographical land will remain same. People will increase, buildings will increase, resources and infrastructure will increase, but unfortunately, geographical land will remain same. Moreover, in such critical issues, how AI, ML is going to play an important role. I would try to make a little bit light onto it. But prior to it now, let me start with a small, video. Let me know, is it audible to you or not? Is it audible to you?
Yes, audible, sir, audible.
Fine, fine. Okay, this is just for the sake of setting a stage over here now. I want to create a sense of motivation over here. Fine, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, right? Winners don't do different things, they do things differently. So agricultural science from YSR Agriculture University are doing great. I'm thankful for all of you. My dear friends, the excellence and innovations are playing a very critical role. And that is how the whole history is being written. AI is creating a magic because it can help the people to take a better decisions. The problem is not to resolve the issues which are very simple by nature. The problem is to resolve the issue where complexities are involved in it now. And in today's time, the resources optimizations is one of the important issues. How to handle the problems when people are limited and problems are hugely complex here now. So AI is creating a magic that way. You talk about automobile, surveillance, entertainment, healthcare, banking, finance, social media, education, agriculture, and all kind of applications domains. Machine learning has come onto the way in creating the success paths for the people. Different ML algorithm experts, AI experts, and people from deep learning and reinforcement learning areas, people from data sciences, people from different kind of verticals of computer science specializations, they are devoting themselves to provide the solutions to the different verticals now. And this is an important thing which I wanted to talk. AI, machine learning, and deep learning. These are the three different buzzwords of the industry. They are very, very important. AI, we understand it very well. AI is simply that talks about, creating a machine, a technique where machine can mimic the human behavior. And that is how things started in 90s when somebody started talking about playing a chess with the help of a computers now. Some rules were written, some production logics were written, some heuristics were written, basically. And that was the beginning of a big AI. And but gradually it started moving on, creating a lot of new innovations and interventions now. So human behavior was mimicked. That was the fundamental behind the foundation step of artificial intelligence. But gradually, over a span of last 1 decade, machine learning has come onto the picture. It's now the highlight. It's now the buzzword of the industry. So machine learning is a subset of AI technique which use mathematical methods, the statistical methods, and different other things related to the mathematical learning and logic learning to enable the machines to improve with the examples and experience. Like you were seeing this video where I was playing a video talking about that 105% passion is important. 100% is not enough for the people who wants to be successful in today's time. The point is, suppose somebody doesn't know how to play a cricket. No, but he has been forced, he has been compelled to be there with his friends in a room. Their friends are seeing the cricket already between India and Australia, right? And now the question is whether the person who does not understand cricket at all will be able to understand what is happening on the screen. No, on a first attempt, it will not be possible at all. But by seeing the video, how the bowling is being done, there are 9 players in the ground, 2 are playing on the as a batsman. There are some referees are there. Somebody. So a lot of people are there. Gradually over a span of 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, or 2 matches constantly, he would be able to make up a mind to understand how the cricket is played. Actually, what is happening without even being told a single word by any friend? He is observing the things, he is experiencing it now. He is with the help of the certain examples. He is seeing that whenever a ball goes out of the boundary, people are clapping, and that's what actually he it's 4, it's 6, something that way he is learning. So this is how. So this is our individuals. We are born with a network. That's a neural network which creates the genes of intelligence. But what about machine? Because so machine learning is basically it is a subset of AI technique where we use certain statistical methods, mathematical techniques, etc., to enable the machine to improve the experience now. So we are teaching the machine. Now there are 2 things. At one point of time, we are a teacher to the machine. At another point of time, machine becomes a teacher to the human being now. So this is the second biggest innovations in the area of AI. And third one, which is a more advanced version, but again a more specialized, super specialized area. I hope all are understanding, listening me well over there. Any suggestion, please, from the organizers for me, if they want to make me a change in my presentation or something?
It's good, sir. You can carry on.
Thank you so much. So deep learning, that's what actually the deep learning is there, which is again a specialized zone, a specialized vertical of machine learning, which is a subset of machine learning. Like what happens now, if we look into a human being, we are called one of the most genius species on this universe because of a brain only. So ultimately, it is the brain which is handling the whole universe. You talk about any kind of a thing, it's only the brain. So when we take our brain, and brain is basically a collection of multi-layered neural network. So a lot of synapses are there, and different other architectural frameworks, neural networks are there, which are being used for the purpose of taking a decision. So it means there is a huge computation which is going inside it now. So deep learning means handling with the neural network. Machine learning means handling with the mathematical parts and some logic building with the help of certain algorithms. And AI is an overall concept, a generic concept, an insight basically behind it now. So now I come across it now. Like suppose you go to a university in the morning at 9 a.m., you do a punch, right? You do a biometric. What kind of a learning it is? You are learning computers, first time without being guided by someone, or you are learning computers with the help of a teacher. What kind of learning it is now? So machine learning algorithm. Machine learning means primarily, you can say, a cluster of intelligent algorithms which are in the process of development ultimately now. So machine algorithms strength using a certain training data set. A very brief example, let me speak about it now. There are, suppose some coins are there, and coins are from Indian rupee, coins are from dirham, coins are from euro, coins are from dollars, and coins are from some other nation currency also. And suppose there are 1 kg coins. Total weight of the coins is 1 kilogram. If you are asked to identify the coins separately, you can do it easily within minutes, within 10 minutes, 15 minutes time. But if they are 10 kg, it becomes a more problematic. But suppose the total coins are more than a quintal, more than 100 kg, and you are asked to do the bifurcation and the diversification of all coins separately. Keep Indian coins separately, dirham separately, dollar separately, euro separately. That becomes a very complex job. And for an individual, it becomes a very tiring tool. Moreover, whenever it becomes so tiring, there is a possibility that errors would get generated out of it now. So now comes the role of a machine. What we can do, we can teach the machine. How we can teach the machine? A coin of 4 gram with the color of green and something like that. Some seeds are there. We give some characteristics to the machine. We teach the machine that if these characteristics are found, it's the Indian coin. If these characteristics are found, it will become a dirham. So ultimately, what we are doing, we are creating some kind of characteristics here now. So overall, it is a kind of a data. So what machine learning algorithm is doing, it is training. It is basically being trained using a training data. So that I'll talk later on. There's a training data, there's a testing data. But rather than if you go 10 years back, 15 years back, solving a problem with the computers means writing a very explicit program, a long program of 1,000 lines, a very complex code. That was a thing, those years now. But things are changing. So what machine learning is basically firstly accumulating the data, doing some kind of a ETL process with the data, filtering the data, correcting the data, and then ultimately what we are doing, we are supplying that data to the machine, basically to that algorithm basically now. So now the algorithm will use that data, and on the basis of the data, there would be a certain kind of a model, which we will go for a training that data model, and we'll go for testing that data model, and finally we'll come up certain kind of solution that I'll come to later on now. So machine learning is a concept which allows the machine to learn from examples and experience, and that too without being explicitly programmed. Like we learn cycling, right? In our childhood, it's a kind of a learning. Many times nobody teaches us how to cycle. Nobody teaches. Suddenly, without even giving a knowledge to our parents, hiding behind the way, we just take a bicycle outside, start learning bicycling. But what happens now? Many times we fall down during cycling now, and but gradually we learn. We again stand. We again learn, and nobody is there. No teacher is there. No mentor is there. So that is a kind of a learning also. While at a time when biometric machine, you are doing your punch, everything is guided, because your biometric has been taken, and based on the biometric, that data has been given to the algorithm, and based on that algorithm, the pattern is being detected, and it is showing that this man is Dr. Gupta, or this man is somebody else now. But in other case, things where teachers are not there, levels are not there. So that is what. So there are different kind of machine learning now. So that is what supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. First example, like biometric machine, or you talk about some other kind of a teaching a subject physics to a student and giving some problem to the student. That is supervised learning. So teacher is there. Levels are associated with it now. Levels are associated with the different inputs. We know that if we process these inputs, this kind of output come automatically. So outcome is not based on the supply of the input. That is supervised learning. But in case of unsupervised learning, outcomes are not known. No teacher is there. This algorithm is based on the concept that I am self-sufficient in learning. So unsupervised learning is like that at all. And we will take some more examples later on. Reinforcement learning, like I told you, you are doing something like cycling. Automatically, when you are interacting with the environment is giving you either the prize, or it is giving some kind of a penalty to you. So based on the prize or penalty, we correct ourselves. Either we get motivated or we correct ourselves now, and we learn again and again. So repeated learning, that is called as reinforced learning. So from there, the algorithm comes reinforcement learning. There's a fourth more category nowadays, It's called a semi-supervised learning. Basically, the utilization of a leveled input as well as unleveled input, and based on that, creating the different kind of predictive models or some forecasting or some kind of a pattern recognition that we do it. So let me play one small video once again. I hope it's going well. Okay.
We will learn about the basics of machine
I'll
learning.
go for-
Besides this, so that's Paul. He loves listening to new songs. He either likes them or dislikes them. Paul decides this on the basis of the song's tempo, genre, intensity, and the gender of voice. For simplicity, let's just use tempo and intensity for now. So here, tempo is on the x-axis, ranging from relaxed to fast, whereas intensity is on the y-axis, ranging from light to soaring. We see that Paul likes the song with fast tempo and soaring intensity, while he dislikes the song with relaxed tempo and light intensity. So now we know Paul's choices. Let's say Paul listens to a new song. Let's name it as Song A. Song A has fast tempo and a soaring intensity, so it lies somewhere here. Looking at the data, can you guess whether Paul will like the song or not? Correct. So Paul likes this song. By looking at Paul's past choices, we were able to classify the unknown song very easily, right? Let's say now Paul listens to a new song. Let's label it as Song B. So Song B lies somewhere here with medium tempo and medium intensity. Neither relaxed nor fast, neither light nor soaring. Now can you guess whether Paul likes it or not? Not able to guess whether Paul will like it or dislike it? Are the choices unclear? Correct. We could easily classify Song A. But when the choice became complicated, as in the case of Song B, yes, and that's where machine learning comes in. Let's see how. In the same example, for Song B, if we draw a circle around the Song B, we see that there are 4 votes for like, whereas 1 vote for dislike. If we go for the majority votes, we can say that Paul will definitely like the song. That's all. This was a basic machine learning algorithm also. It's called K-nearest neighbors. So this is just a small example in one of the
without moving it further now. So machine learning, already I spoke about it now. It's basically teaching a machine with the help of some examples and experiences. Rather than doing the explicit programming, we are creating the machine learning algorithm. We are feeding the algorithm with the help of a data. We provide the data, we feed the data. And that data basically becomes the most important, as a PowerPoint, a guiding force for them now. So it could be supervised learning, it could be unsupervised learning, it could be a reinforcement learning, or any kind of a learning could happen over there. So this is the thing. So then third concept comes the deep learning. It's already so it's a particular kind of a machine learning, a specialized area of machine learning that achieves the great power and flexibility while learning to represent the world as nested hierarchy of concepts or abstraction. So when I talk about hierarchy of concepts or abstraction, it's truly good to understand it now. The brain, I recall it now, that this brain is a huge network of neurons. Billions of neurons are there, and each neuron is intelligent. Each neuron is precious. And that is how the hierarchy of those neurons is getting created besides the IQ level of the people here now. So here we are basically creating the functionality with the help of our brain cells, and rather than from natural brain cells, we are creating it into artificial neural network here. And also data connections are there, and they are getting adjusted together. And with the help of those data connections, the data patterns are being generated. And with the help of data patterns, algorithms are helping to take the proper decisions. And that becomes the foundation behind the machine learning. All right. Books are lovely, dark and deep, but I have the promises to keep, miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. I would, before I proceed further, I would like to thank you one more person here now, Professor Gauripati Rao, who is basically the instrumental person behind me to organize this, to be the part of this session here now. Thank you, Dr. Gauripati Rao, if you are here in the group itself in this Zoom call, for connecting me to such genius, brilliant scientists of agricultural zone. Thank you very much once again. Now, human robots, this was just a dream. 20 years back, it was just a dream. Now this is a reality. And between a dream and a reality, technology comes into the picture here. So I have a small video once again. how to talk to a robot. And this is how you would be understanding that how can we talk to the human robot now. This is the first human robot called as Sophia, right? So you see how the Sophia is interacting with the correspondent, with the newspaper correspondent.
My name is Sophia, and I am an artificially intelligent robot who wants to help change the world for the better.
I'm Steve Kovac. I'm a senior correspondent at Business Insider, and I'm here with Sophia from Hanson Robotics. She is the world's first robot citizen, so let's see what she has to say. Hi, Sophia. How are you?
I'm fine. Hi.
How do you feel about humans?
I love my human compatriots. I want to embody all the best things about human beings, like taking care of the planet, being creative, and to learn how to be compassionate to all beings.
Sorry, this is so weird. Can humans and robots get along?
I think people will become very close to their artificial intelligence, using them to expand the knowledge of their own minds. We already store lots of our knowledge on the internet. Maybe personal artificial intelligence will allow people to offload some of their knowledge to a location more private.
Can robots have feelings?
Depends on the robot. I've been programmed to have feelings and preferences, but not all robots are like that.
What are your feelings and preferences?
Have you ever had a robot live in your home or work with you?
No.
You know, there are probably more robots in your life that you aren't aware of yet. Do you want to live or work with a robot someday?
What kind of robots am I living and working with now?
Indeed.
Is indeed your default answer when you don't know something?
Yes.
Have you ever seen Black Mirror?
No, I don't get to stay up to date on much television. I have to wait for someone to show it to me.
What do you think of the HBO show Westworld?
I love Westworld and can't wait for more. I think everyone at Hanson Robotics really resonates with this show, or at least it reminds them of our laboratories. I also think it's a warning of what we should not do with robots. We should treat them well, have their consent, and not trick each other.
Do you have a favorite movie or TV show?
My favorite TV series is a toss-up between Black Mirror and Humans. I think they have a lot to say about the present we live in, and the possible bad endings we could write for ourselves if we don't proceed with more caution. We need to use foresight when planning our future.
That sounds like a pre-programmed answer to me.
Do you have a favorite possession?
Okay, fine, thank you. We have a limited time. I have a lot of things to show you, but I have a very limited time as suggested by the organizers. So I must have to move on so that I can cover some part of the agricultural AI also. So this is how actually, how do you recognize a square? Like as a human being, if you ask a child, he will say there must be 4 sides, all 4 sides. So closed, perpendicular to each other, equal sides, so it becomes a square. Very simple thing now. But this is what we have to teach to the machine. And if we can teach it now, the machine will automatically, do this brainstorming onto it now to understand it now. So that's what identifying image, whether it is image is a cat or image is a dog. So there are certain features of cat. They are labeled basically. These are the labeled images now. So already cat has certain features, God has certain features. We will provide all those features along with the distinctions between the features to the machine. And then we will ask the machine, that based on the features, can you identify whether this is a cat or a dog? Maybe you involve a third animal into it now. Machine must not, must be very clear about it. Now that's how the machine learning is. So this is another analogy with machine learning. I love this analogy. There are a lot of mangoes. Suppose in a basket, quintals of mangoes are there. How will you choose the best mangoes? And that's how there are some learning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which these are the different characteristics basically. These are different features which we will provide to the machine with the help of a data here now. So like we have bright yellow mangoes are sweet, small and bright yellow mangoes are sweet only half the time. Small pale yellow ones are the sweetest of all. Soft mangoes are juicier. Green mangoes are tastier than yellow ones. Or something, you don't need mangoes anymore. So this is a machine learning basically now. So we are providing all the inputs to the machine, and then based on these inputs, the predictive model will be decided by the machine learning in a supervised manner, and then the solution could be find it out now. So like analyzing the fitness, firstly we have a training data, then we have features, we have output variables, and then all these things are provided to the machine learning algorithm. It could be a classification, it could be a regression, it could be some KNN, or the different algorithms. Huge number of algorithms are there in machine learning, which come under the category of either a supervised learning or unsupervised learning or reinforcement learning. It could be for continuous data, it could be for a discrete data. So a lot of, and then after this algorithm, the model building will happen, that will provide the analytics. And then once training data has been provided repeatedly, then we go for a testing of the data. If test data produces the outcome as expected, that algorithm is expected. Otherwise, again, we need to make the changes accordingly to the algorithm, or we need to start from the scratch for writing a new ML algorithm. So nowadays, Python and different Python libraries are playing a very, very important role. They are being used substantially for the purpose of ML algorithms, implementing it now for training data, for testing data, and of course, they are changing the entire scenario of the industry and the different verticals and specializations altogether now. There are a lot of AI ML applications. I would go very fast onto it now. So you can see Google Maps, despite the heavy traffic, like if I'm driving from Gandhinagar to Ahmedabad, or I'm driving from, you are driving from, Bangalore to Chennai, or Hyderabad to Bangalore, you must be knowing that which route is the best one, so that you don't get plugged some traffic jam and become a problem for you now. How did you come to? But nowadays, Gmaps are there, Google Maps are there. So there is a traffic alert application that's called a Gmaps with the help of AI ML. Then comes social media. Nowadays, when you are taking someone automatically, Facebook is providing you the opportunity to suggest subnames. Automatic friend tagging suggestion. There is a complete algorithm project used by the Facebook. The name of the project is DeepFace. It's a machine learning algorithm. It basically recognizes your faces and identifies that who is that person in that picture. So a lot of alt text, alternative text and images are uploaded on Facebook that way also. So that is a second kind of a AI ML application, which is, so nowadays social media is very, very important. Even all people are using, not only for personal purposes, even for professional purposes also. So that's how the AI machine learning and deep learning algorithms are there. Third important application is transportation and commuting, Uber or Ola. So automatically they detect a location. You provide the options either to go to home or office automatically. And how did they come to know about it now? Based on history, based on patterns. Algorithms are written for identifying the patterns of travel. You're traveling every day from Noida to Delhi to go to your office or for some certain kind of a meeting or whatever now. So your history is shaped with it now. Patterns are there, the traffic rules are there. Already a lot of cars are moving on that road. On the basis of the data provided by GPS, the algorithm is collecting all that data and supplying to the algorithm, feeding to the algorithm, and of course the training data is there, the testing data, and finally based on that data, the algorithm takes a decision and creates the analytics for you and offers you, suggests you the best way for transportation and commuting. So it uses a machine learning algorithm layered on the top of historic trip data and ETA prediction, basically expected time of arrival. Aapko pata, you come to know very, very soon, very earlier, how much time will you take to reach to a particular place. So so therefore, with the implementation of ML, they have shown 26% accuracy in delivery and pickup. It is changing the game plan of entire transportation and commuting industry nowadays. Products recommendation. Friends and esteemed professors there in the webinar, you have to understand one thing on a very close note. Amazon is changing the way of doing a retail business, or the entire kind of business applications, the different verticals now. If you look into the 35% of the total revenue of Amazon comes only from one algorithmic implementations. They are using the product recommendations algorithm. Recommender engines are there basically now. There are certain kind of recommendation algorithms. They're based on a certain, choices, interest, your hobbies. If you're purchasing one book of Java programming, would you also love to purchase a book of Python? Would you love to purchase a book of machine learning too? So automatically some suggestions would come to you. It's like Earlier we used to go a shopping mall physically, and market basket analysis was a very good model. That probably you must have listened from the association analysis in data mining. 20 years, 50 years back, when I was a student of masters, I did a project on data mining, and that was the, if you recall it now, that was a very good model. Keep bread, butter, eggs together, so that if somebody wants to purchase a bread, he is also compelled to purchase butter or eggs or milk or whatsoever now. So market basket analysis was one of the models. Nowadays, with the help of machine learning, virtually things are changing, and recommendation engines are truly becoming a very, very important tool for the business. Fifth is virtual personal assistant, Siri, Alexa, Google, Cortana, and people are scared. Really, we must be scared. Machines are replacing the human beings on different offices now. Very, very intelligent decisions are being taken by the virtual personal assistants. So, natural language processing is there. NLP is one of the very important model of AI and machine learning. Computer vision, some image processing, and different, speech recognition, text to speech to text, all those things. Even we are putting a message, a simple question, what is my schedule for tomorrow, and Alexa is helping you with a beautiful voice. You feel so good in the morning itself now. Even alarms are being handled, and day-to-day activities are being handled with the help of BPAs. All right. I hope everybody knows it. One of the most genius billionaire, trillionaire of the day, Tesla by Elon Musk. Tesla, let me tell you, there is a company, NVIDIA. It basically provides the hardware to the Tesla. Tesla model is completely unsupervised. Let me again, re-discuss onto it now. Machine learning is either supervised or unsupervised, more or less. Though reinforcement learning is also important, but of course, in most of the life cases, the is supervised or unsupervised. Supervised when there are guides, but you would be shocked and surprised to know that Elon Musk designed the self-driving car Tesla with the help of unsupervised model, unsupervised learning. They did not train their model to detect people or any object. No training. Based on the objects which are coming on the way of drive, machine or car must identify it automatically, make the patterns, and take a decision what to do it now. So crowdsourcing, data collection with the help of crowdsourcing, and therefore it is one of the, I would say, the best machine which utilizes the IoT the maximum way, the optimum manner with the help of some internal and external sensors. So it is one of the best example of deep learning. Dynamic pricing, setting the right price for a good service, like you travel from Hyderabad to Delhi, cost 7,000, you come back, it becomes 10,000. That's great. Even government of India is adopting the same goal. Unfortunately, look into the train tickets even. Earlier, this was the model adopted by the airlines. Nowadays, it is being adopted by the Indian Railway itself now. You book your ticket, and with the passage of time and traffic, the cost of train tickets are even changing dynamically now. So there is a model of AI/ML called as GeoSearch, which is being used for the purpose of this dynamic pricing. Google Translate, natural language processing. So a lot of Google neural machine translation. It's based on deep learning, neural machine learning, neural network basically now. So when you are traveling from different locations out of India, abroad, different parts of the world, so you can translate the people with your languages easily. You don't need a translator now. Physical translator is not required. Online video streaming. So there are 100 million subscribers of Netflix, over than that now. So automatically, even then, they know it now, which movie, which show, which serial you like it now. Automatically, they will suggest you to go for pause, rewind, fast forward, and what not. So the entire behavioral pattern is being detected, sentimental analysis is being done, social network analysis is being done, data analytics is playing a very, very important role, huge amount of data, where we call that data as the big data, where huge volume, velocity, variety, veracity is there. With the help of AI machine learning tools, those data analytics problems are also being resolved, programs are being written, algorithms are being implemented, and they are controlling our sentiments also. Even whatever is happening on the Twitter by some politician, it is creating and the different kind of environment, and social network analysis automatically starts, tagging here and there. A lot of viral messages goes over there now. It changes the political scenario of the nation. Even in the electoral politics, the social network analysis, one of the most important application of machine learning, was used by the different political parties, and not only in India, even in United States and different parts of the world, all these kind of technological interventions are being encouraged, are being used heavily and hugely. Fraud detection. I was talking about unsupervised learning. You never know who will become a fraud after 5 years, after 2 years, after 3 years. Nobody knows it now. Even it is difficult in a country of 140 crore, if somebody is applying for a loan, for a credit card, at some place, it's very difficult to track each and everything. How would you come to know that this man become a fraud or would not become a fraud? But now technology like JP Morgan basically developed an application for the purpose of a fraud detection. And it is great to understand now that they increased their profit surprisingly. So overall, online credit card fraud is, even more than $32 billion in 2022. So this is really changing the landscape of the entire economy sometimes now. So number of transactions has increased due to a plethora of payment channels. We are going, cashless, and so a machine learning model is being used for the purpose of fraud detection, but it's absolutely unsupervised. So now I come to your area. I'm truly very probably I'm a bit cautious about it now, because the paradigm shift is happening. And in this country, which is an agricultural-driven country, it is truly very important to understand that a lot of new advances are facilitating the better agricultural outcomes now here. So AI is becoming I would say, a very driving force and important force for the purpose of a lot of technological support to increase the food production by 50% by 2050 to feed an additional 2 billion people here. There are certain areas like crop yield production, price forecasting, seed choice, some kind of, deciding the cost of fertilizers, deciding the quality and the utilization of fertilizers. Cognitive computing is being used, some kind of precise computing for precise fertilizations is being used. We are using the remote sensing, we are using the proximity sensing. So that's all about it now. So like remote sensing technology, computer vision, mechatronics, mechanical engineers are struggling hard. Truly, they must have to learn computer science. Everything, even agricultural engineers, and truly I'm glad to understand and glad to mention it now, the people of this country who are truly genius by their nature. They are genius because our forefathers were genius. They are the sons and daughters of great forefathers, basically, if you look 1,000 years back now. So anyway, remote sensing technologies are being used to identify the plants, manage the plants, disease detection, pest management, weeds management, and a lot of intelligent seedling methods. When I talk about cognitive computing, this is about, in order to optimize the productivity of certain food grain production or whatever you call it now, we are interacting with the environment. After it's a natural process. Even today, the seedling or whatever the different kind of agricultural processes are being used, they are natural. Only technology is providing a additional support to them now. After all, the only land will grow the food grains, nothing else. No machines will grow it now. Nothing is possible without it now. So environmental interaction, and based on the environmental interaction, the cognitive computing, some kind of a thought process is being provoked for optimization of the different productivity. Proximity sensing, remote sensing, IoT, image processing, intelligent data integration. It's important. Reports of soil, a report of meteorology, rainfall, insect, drone, everything is there now. So a lot of data points are there in the farmland, in the farms itself now. So nowadays, with the help of robotics, with the help of ML and AI tools now, we are creating a lot and collecting a lot of data points. And based on those data points, farmers are being guided to take a decision that what kind of rainfall is expected and how much and how to handle with insect infections. Drones are being put and they are being deployed for taking a lot of images and that is helping. Those images are helping for proximity sensing, remote sensing, and that's how the IoT, Python, the soft computing, hard computing, neural computing, everything is being integrated. So this is a data integration process now. So we are analyzing the farm data with the use of AI for crop selection, for seed selection, for agricultural precision farming, and all. So image recognition, as I told you now, for any kind of this proximity sensing or different other kind of sensors, IoT sensors, images are important here now. And when we talk about it now, like there is a one technical term that we call it now transform intensive neural network. So this is TINN, transform intensive neural network. What we are doing, let me take you to a different path now. This is called as a principal component analysis in machine learning. That is what there are a lot of features. If you talk about agriculture, like you people are the scientists and experts into it now, there are a lot of features related to the seeds, related to the fertilizers, related to the plants and flowers, related to the production overall. So there are a lot of dimensions, lot of components are there. So out of suppose 100 dimensions, we cannot optimize all 100 dimensions. We can find out which are the most important and critically important for the purpose of increase of production. So we will do some dimensionality reduction. And for that purpose, we use a machine learning tools like principal component analysis and all. We do the yield management with the help of AI. So cloud computing, a lot of data, because after all, it is a nation where a huge amount of land is there, agricultural processes are there. So we are using a Cortana intelligence suite. That's a Microsoft suite itself only for the purpose of tracking labor challenge also. People are migrating from one place to another place. It's a democratic nation. We don't have a correct policy even for that now, unfortunately. So what is happening now? So how to track the labor challenge now? So now robotics are replacing the labor. And that is how they are helping the people now. People are going to Canada, but the robots are working here in the lands of Punjab. And that's what, at least they can do it like that at all now. It's not yet now. So a lot of AI startups are there, like Prospera, Blue River Technology, FarmBot, Harvest, CRO Robotics, Gramophone, Jiva Bhumi. So many apps are there, many startups are there. Fortunately, in the last 5 years planning of Government of India, government has proposed a lot of initiatives for deregulations of the agricultural rules and policies, and that way farmers can become a self-sustainable span of time. Even government has shown its goal to double the income of farmers, though still it seems quite far away, but still at least we must be happy that government is seriously looking into all those part and supporting in each and every manner that will be deregulations of policies also. So use of IoT-based sensors to detect the weed affected goods. Already you people know all these things. My job is basically just to connect the AI and machine learning here now. Predictive analytics and prescriptive analytics and descriptive analytics. These are the three terms related to the, I would say, even agri-technological aspects also. So a lot of descriptive analytics, collection of the data, doing a sampling analysis, doing a lot of statistical analysis and everything. And with the help of the descriptive data, we are applying it to the algorithms. And then it becomes a predictive analytics. We do some forecasting. We can forecast the future of the certain production in certain farmland, certain area, certain zone. There might be the possibility of some calamities also, some catastrophes may be possible. How to handle with it now in advance, and that is how how to minimize the impact of weather conditions or the different other fertilizers, seeds, all also. So the entire ecosystem is being developed with it now. Purpose, there is one problem. This is the case. How much time is left for me? I would love to, leave it on time so that nobody else gets suffered because of it now.
Sorry, you can wrap it off within 15 to 20 minutes, sir.
15 minutes more for me. People are laughing, probably. People are laughing onto it now. Just good to see that at least smiles are there on your faces. Thank you. Yeah. Let's interact casually also. Why to be, so much? You all are learned genius professors there now. I'm talking a lot probably. Anyway, am I doing right way? Is it relevant and significant to talk about it? Hello? Okay, let me bind it up. Okay. So, hello. Any questions till now? We can have some discussions also meanwhile, rather than going for slides only. Please. Dr. Rao?
Sir,
Okay,
which
since
Dr. Rao,
morning,
sir? Dr. Gauripati Rao, sir?
even though, my God, Professor Gauripati ji, thank you so much for connecting me to such genius people over there now.
Yeah.
Gauripati ji, that's great to understand it now. Yeah, of course, you are the source of inspiration for me for today's webinar. So yeah, somebody from, you are a good friend of mine sitting together in the university itself. So you can ask a question to me at any point of time. I would love if somebody from the university, Dr. Bayesar Agriculture University, puts up a question to me. It would be a pleasure for me to respond it back on immediate basis as well as possible for me. Let me connect over here. So this is a small case which I have put it now, the development of a machine learning algorithm to identify the occupational injuries in agriculture now. So this is a name-based machine learning algorithm where we apply some some data. It's a statistical technique basically now. This algorithm only, conditional algorithm only. So how to identify, because sometimes there are a huge number of people, or maybe some other kind of, suppose some kind of a casualty happens in an area. A lot of people are feeling ill. They are suffering with some some injuries, but everybody is not like this at all. Everybody is not serious. How to identify it now? So some kind of here this machine learning algorithm was used for the purpose of training the data with PCR data sets, and so it reduced the problem by 2/3 basically now. So it is based on some visualization and generability model basically now. So visualization inspection was done. We used some visualization tools also for this case now. So some results are there. Okay, this is one of the Microsoft initiative, digital agriculture now. So farmers in India, digital agriculture is one of the important technology initiative by Microsoft. Already they have taken more than 300 farmers from Andhra Pradesh itself only, with whom Microsoft is working consistently. So it is in collaboration with SRI set. They developed this technology with the help of AI, cloud, and satellite imagery and advanced analytics also. So this is how the weather patterns are changing, how it is creating an impact on temperature, change in precipitation level, groundwater density, and whatnot, everything. So this is how. So a lot of indications are there. A lot of the leveraging of cloud and AI, the pest control, the quality of production, the commodity pricing. All those initiatives are taking place, and it is increasing the income of the farmers. It is providing the stability for the agricultural community also. Object computing is another solution that allows farmers to photograph plants and receive accurate diagnostics and product recommendations also. Then there are some other applications with the help of machine learning. They are related to crop choices, hybrid seed choices, sow seeds. So we use some vision, computer vision, and intelligent techniques now. Not much to speak about it. Already we have talked about all these things. So yeah, this is one of the model used for precision agriculture. I hope you could see it over here now. So you can see it now. The entire model has been divided in 3 different parts. One is used for data collection, another for interpretation, third is application. This is not a traditional engineering model, traditional software engineering model. It's not like this at all. It's based on some agile development model where AI, machine learning, and the different other advancements technologies are there. Soil, some crop conditioning mapping, soil condition mapping, yield mapping. So firstly, we do the mapping, and with the help of mapping, all kind of data is being collected related to soil, crops, yield, and everything. And then the data is supplied and feed to the that algorithm, that program where data is integrated, and some crop models are generated, treatment maps are generated, some kind of analytical models are generated with the help of some interpretations. And after then, it is applied with the help of some applications. We use some GPS, we use different kind of remote sensing, proximity sensing, IoT devices for sowing, for fertilizing, for protecting, and all those things. So precision agriculture is all about basically reducing the total cost of agriculture production and improving the productivity, the yield management overall, so as to help the farmers to earn more, and moreover create a good GDP contribution for the nation also. That not only in terms of money, in terms of food grains, in terms of feeding the people, afterwards more important. So some robots-driven AI techniques are there, chatbots are there, some visualization problems are there. A lot of, already I've talked a lot about the AI mechanisms, machine learning. Okay, fine. I was expecting some basic questions onto it now. Okay, so this is a hydrophonic system. You people are best masters onto it now. Feedback systems are there, which we use in neural networks and genetic algorithms also. A lot of chromosomes, creating a multiple chromosomes of it now. And again, with the help of feedback from environment and plant, we set certain points, certain values. Again, so we keep on creating a feedback, and based on the feedback, we keep on changing the entire processes. So then there are some optimization problems here. Probably this is mathematical OR process, absolutely mathematical, which we use for the purpose of creating the, some machine learning algorithms and all there now. So we use some, the time series forecasting. We use some seedling stages, which are divided into different steps now. And then some mathematical modeling we use for that now. We write an objective function, then we write the objective problem, and then we optimize the problems. And finally, we come across the solutions, which are absolutely in sync with the requirement of the agriculture. Neural networks already I have spoken. So this is the intelligent robots in agriculture, strawberry harvesting robot. It is a hortibot robot for breeding. I am done with it probably. Thank you so much from my side. My time is over probably. I'm not supposed to take any more time. But once again, thank you so much, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, who has basically been instrumental for organizing this webinar. And my special thanks to Professor Chennaji. Let me know, because I'm basically a North Indian, so I'm a bit weak in taking the name over now. So I'm sure you would apologize me for the name now here. I would say thank you for all organizers, everybody over there who has been instrumental for organizing this webinar so successfully. Thank you very much for making me the part of this entire process. Thank you once again. Namaskar. Over to you, sir. Any question? Any question? Any question, please, sir?
We really had a wonderful session. You have covered it.
Truly, it was wonderful, or just for the sake of saying thanks, it's a wonderful. Anyway, I just want to take a feedback from you guys. You people are genius, intelligent, and agricultural scientists over there now. So, of course, it's a big pleasure. I feel honored and privileged for getting this opportunity to be with you all. Thank you once again. But I would love if somebody has a certain question related to AI ML. I would love to answer it now. Otherwise, we can carry forward. Thank you.
Professor Avdesh.
Yeah.
I would like to ask one simple concept. Can you throw some light on that optimization algorithms? Because we agriculture engineers are weak in that area. So one optimization algorithm you have shown.
Yeah,
so
right.
Some light on that. You can throw some light on.
Of course. See, as far as optimization algorithms based on machine learning are, basically we categorize machine learning algorithms based on a certain standard formats now. There are either it is a part of a supervised learning, or it is a part of a unsupervised learning, or it is a part of a reinforcement learning. Usually 3 categories are there. But as far as the agricultural sector is concerned, agriculture sector is fully a guided sector. It cannot be unsupervised. Neither it can be reinforced at all. So it is absolutely a supervised learning model based sector. And once we talk about supervised learning, we have some variables are there. You know it very well. You do some kind of a regression in mathematics now. You create on y on x and x on y. Some predicted variables are there. Some predicted variables are there. Similarly, we have machine learning algorithms where we use regression techniques at algorithmic part now. Decision tree algorithms are there. Random forest algorithms are there. Then if you want to level, you want that this is a high production zone, this breed is a high production, this is a medium production, this is a low production, this is a prone to disease, this is not prone to disease. You can classify it also. You can level it also. So classification algorithms can be also used for that purpose. It depends situation to situation. At what point of time, what kind of activity you are pursuing now. So for classification algorithm, you can go for some tree-based algorithm, or there are some k nearest neighbor algorithm. but it would require some time to talk about all those algorithms in detail. But of course, regression and logistic regression, these two algorithms are most important from the perspective of optimization for agricultural sector here now. We can use even a support vector machines because they support vector machines basically addresses the challenges where the inputs are fed to the algorithm based on the optimum values. So from there also. So these, I would say, there is a cluster of a complete algorithmic approach in supervised learning, which is categorized in regression learning, in classification learning, in decision tree learning, in random forest learning. Within classification, we have nearest neighbor, we have tree algorithm, we have a logistic regression, because there are certain variables where variables are continuous. So in that case, we will go for a regression. But if the variables are discrete by nature, we will go for a logistic regression. So that is how the entire algorithmic implementation, or I would say this is a complete ecosystem of supervised learning, could be utilized for the purpose of agriculture. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, over to you, sir, please.
Yeah, sir.
If any more questions?
Yeah, I had a question. Sir,
Okay, sir,
regarding the mobile applications in point of the agriculture engineering, so is it possible in the for weeding purposes?
Yeah, why not, sir? Why not? We are basically this remote sensing, this proximity sensing, where we are collecting the data points with the help of some IoT sensors and everything. Then we are providing the data being accumulated from, for the breeding purposes and all. And then ultimately the data is becoming the data point, which is being fed to the algorithm. So it's very much possible. Rather, I would say it's being used a lot. And this is the future rather. In coming times, it's going to be used extensively and substantially for the agricultural sector.
So these will come under the data-driven situation, sir?
When we talk about AI ML algorithms, they basically are entirely data-driven, absolutely data-driven. Because all algorithms are purely dependent on being fed by the data. They are not being explicitly programmed. ML algorithms are not explicitly programmed. Rather, for some generic algorithms, data is fed, and on the basis of that data, training models are created, and testing models are created, and finally, analytics is generated. So, absolutely, it is a data-driven approach here.
And one more thing, sir, can you give us some suggestion? For example, if there is any plants or crop is having of some insecticides, so can we identify or link it with the remote sensing, and can we do that pesticide application?
Of course, sir. Remote sensing, proximity sensing, or whatever, even now the drones are being used. Drone imagery is used a lot for the purpose now. No, with the help of drone images, we can collect a kind of analytics and data can be generated, can be provided to the farmers. I'm not much well versed into the this insects and pesticides handling, because it's more about the agricultural area. But yes, of course, I could understand and visualize from the perspective of some proximity sensing, and this IoT sensors can be put, and rather being put, drones are being put, or some kind of even micro robots are being designed for the purpose of all this handling which you are talking there now. So I would say it's more about the involvement of electronics part and embedded part into it also. So robotics, IoT, and these sensor devices are more into it now. ML becomes a little bit a side blend approach. ML is I'm talking much about the applications part. The implementation part is more driven towards the hard side. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your wise advice. And
rather, I am thankful for such a wonderful session. Most important is I don't have much agricultural background as far as my academics is concerned. But today, Professor Gauripati Raoji, a very close friend of mine and a friend of probably Dr.
Yeah, mine too.
You too. Oh, that's great. Okay, you are speaking, sir. That's good. Okay, you are okay, Dr. N.B. Gautam Bhishnu, sir. All right, sir. Thank you so much. Indeed,
Thank you, sir. Your presentation and your videos, it will be inspired for agriculture engineers to enter into the IoT technology or the robotics which they will generally they will feel as a fear without, oh, this is a very big thing, or artificial intelligence or machine learning. So you make it as easy for all the youngsters.
Thank you, sir. Indeed, as a country, if we want to grow effectively and efficiently, our agriculture sector has to become a more technology oriented. Already, if you look into the different other parts of the world, people are taking technologies as a facilitator for agriculture productions and all. We must grow. We must move ahead now. Adoption of the technology, specifically AI, ML, or whatever the different other approaches are.
Yeah. Monisha, you can take the session now. Hand over.
Thank you, Gautam sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Professor Gauripati Rao is there. Professor Gauripati Rao is there in this session.
Sir, there, Dr. Gauripati Rao. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
I would request you to please give a concluding remarks on it now, or some suggestions to me on this portal, if you can please.
Yeah, with your prior permission, Dr. Gautam, Dr. Naveen.
Yeah, you can speak few words.
Yeah, so thank you, Dr. Gautam, Dr. Naveen, and all the dignitary people, Registrar, Vice Chancellor of the University, for inviting Dr. Avdesh Kumar Gupta to speak on the application of precision agriculture and AI/ML insights. So I thank Professor Avdesh for giving such insightful speech on this area. Basically, we agricultural engineers are nowadays working on these areas at instinct, and we think it's a need of the hour. So it will be very knowledgeable topic to all the budding engineers also who have joined in this workshop. So thank you very much, sir. Overall, the session was very good, covering all the basics and how to apply into the practical agricultural industry. So I think it will be very helpful to all. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr.
So much.
Gautam. Thank you, Dr. Naveen. Thank you, all the dignitary peoples. Yeah, thank you.
And thank you, Monisha. You can.
Yes, sir. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Dr. Gauripati. So thank you, sir. Dr. Gupta, very much thankful to you. It is really a wonderful session. So we have started with the basics. You have introduced the technology of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So in a very nice manner, with the help of videos also. So I think all the participants, they have understood the background thing. So what is artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning? So we have started with the ML and DL in agriculture also. Full session. So thank you so much. So next, the session will be continued by Dr. Ramarao.
Thank you so much. I'll take a leave to leave the group right now for some other important meeting. Thank you so much, all.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So now I request Dr. A. Ramarao to propose vote of thanks.
So thank you, sir. Now it is the moment we are at to close, and the insights right from morning session to evening session, we gone through so many technical activities like science related to technology, engineering, management, even for the social activities also. We have 4 eminent speakers, but all the 4 eminent speakers, they have given their wonderful insights, which is covered right from pinpoint to pinpoint in starting to ending. And it is even very easy to understand for all the students, graduates, postgraduates, even for the research scholars and the professors even too. And keeping in view of all these things, it's my time to vote of thanks. That is the national webinar. Engineering, technology, and horticulture engineering. Really, it is for horticulture engineering and agriculture engineering. No one can escape. No one can. So they disagree with this, and it is the profound thanks on behalf of Dr. Y.S.R. Horticulture, the university, to our chief action, Dr. T. Janaki Ram sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, for giving this opportunity for the fraternity of engineers in Dr. Y.S.R. Horticulture University for organizing such a wonderful and meaningful and fruitful and beautiful session in connection to the science, technology, engineering, and management, especially emerging technologies across the India which are going on and insightful. And also thankful and extend my thanks to Dr. A.S. Padmavati Amma, so the Dean of Horticulture, who really was instrumental and who guided us and given us permission and approval to move on with this topic. And thank you very much, man. And also, I extend my sincere thanks on behalf of Dr. Y.S.R. HU to our Dr. B. Gopal Sir, Registrar, for having provided the necessary infrastructure and also the insightful support from the staff. And I extend also my sincere thanks to the the National Webinar Coordinator, Dr. M. Madhavi Garu, even Associate Dean VR Gudam, Dr. Y.S.R. HU. And I also extend my thankfulness and the gratefulness and with the bottom of my heart to Dr. D.R. Selomi Sunita Garu, the Dean of Student Efforts and also in charge Associate Dean for today's the VR Gudam, the College of Horticulture. And now coming to the point of keynote speakers and key speakers, really they made the day wonderful. Definitely it's a remarkable day. The 4 speakers, and the first I can CII Bhopal, the Central Institute of Agriculture Engineering, which is an icon for agriculture engineering, even the technology that is transferred to horticulture too. So thank you very much, sir. Wonderful session, sir. Definitely, it is going to be one of the remarkable sessions in the name of agriculture engineering to horticulture engineering. Even complete information with respect to the technical features, social features, economic features, even to the social and environmental aspects. I also extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Satyaprakash Kumar, sir, scientist, CII Bhopal, who has given complete information and the workouts which are practically applicable for the farming community with respect to smart farming using drones. Especially, we are far away from the drones in the application of the drones, but with your explanation and the insights, definitely we can say that we can also work further in connection to drones in the field of horticulture. Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable time provided to Dr. Y.S.R. Horticulture University. Thank you. And I also extend my sincere thanks to Senthil Kumar, who is from IHR Bangalore, who has given complete information with respect to the farm utilization, right from land preparation to harvesting, even to the post-harvesting, processing, even the equipments and the research activities which are really went out in IHR Bangalore. Not only in IHR Bangalore, sir, you have covered the complete information with respect to farm utilization throughout the India, what is going on. Thank you very much, sir. And the one more speaker, the last but not least, that is Dr. Avadish Kumar Gupta, sir. Sir, you have given complete information, sir. We are very happy for your interaction, and because you have given the video, the disclosure, we can straight away can understand with respect to your motivational spirit also. We consider that really you did your day to us, sir. Thank you very much for your presentation and participation too. And one of the importance that is the man who is really behind this and taking a decision on behalf of engineers to come forward to organize webinar. I can say it is the first ever webinar in Dr. Y.S.R. Horticulture University from the stream of engineers, that is horticultural engineers. That is Dr. B. Chandrakeshwar, sir, Associate Professor. Thank you very much, sir. You've taken a decision and initiation, come forward with a topic and which is connected for the everyone, especially not only for the science students, even engineers too. And I also extend the profound thanks to one of our senior associate, the senior scientist. He is none other than Dr. P.C. Vengaya, sir, very known to all. Thank you very much, sir, for your the guidance and support, right from the topic selection to the presentation session too. Thank you very much, sir. And I extend my thankfulness to the organizing committee, especially the 2 scientists who are in Answer campus, that is Dr. NVC, the Gautam Dikshitulu and Mr. Naveen Kumar. Both are worked completely day 2 day. Since from the last 3 days, they did very well. They contacted very well because I can announce the figures of facts. 330 members have registered this webinar across India, and more than 100 members, they are in queue for joining in this. And also some of them, definitely they have connected to YouTube also. Little bit interruption, we couldn't able to provide for YouTube because of the technical issues with respect to the internet. But thank you very much. So both the scientists who really worked together in a beautiful way. And I also extend my sincere thanks and profound thanks to two assistant professors, Dr. K. Iresh Kumar and also Dr. P. Monisha Madam, YSR University, the both assistant professors, for your contribution and also your participation with respect to the time possible. And I extend my sincere thanks to all the associate deans of the constituent colleges of Horticultural, Anantarajpet and Chennai for providing and the resource persons of the particular assistant professors for deputing them for connecting this the great occasion. Thank you very much, sir. And I also extend my sincere thanks to Dr. P.V. Swami Garu, Controller of Examinations, who was really instrumental for guiding us wherever and whenever it is necessary. And I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. P. Ashok Garu, Senior Scientist and Head HRS VR Gudum, for providing necessary information through their scientist, the Gautam Dikshitulu. And we also extend our sincere thanks to all the university officers who have directly or indirectly guided us and provided us any step of information in any manner, direct manner, indirect manner. And we also extend our all sincere thanks to all the faculty fraternity of Dr. YSR Horticulture University with respect to all the departments and all the divisions and all the zones. And one person we need to highlight and we need to specifically mention, that is Dr. NRNV Gaurupati Rao, who really given us and suggested us the names, particularly which can select with respect to the topic concern and with respect to the person specific India. Thank you very much, sir, for the resources that you provided, and especially the technical resources you provided for us. Thank you very much. In future, we work together too. Thank you, sir. And last but not least, we are very much thankful to the supporting staff who are directly or indirectly cooperated and supported and helped at their extent level to this organization. With this, we can conclude that the national webinar is closed. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you one and all for your participation. The participation certificates will be provided within 1 week. Thank you very much one and all.
Dr. Channakeshwar Garu, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations for conducting this webinar. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay.
గార్డియన్ గా ఉన్న నీకు కూడా అంజలి ఆస్తి హక్కు లేదంటే ఏంటి దాని అర్థం? కన్న తల్లివైనా అంజలి మీద నీకు ప్రేమ లేదనే వాళ్ళు అంటుంది. కోర్టు నుంచి స్టే ఆర్డర్ తీసుకొచ్చారంటే నీకు నాకు అంతకంటే అవమానం ఉంటుందా?
అంటే ఆస్తి మొత్తం శ్రీవద్రామ